Okay, let's try this analytical geometry question. The first thing they say is find the gradients of AB and AD. Well, gradients is you subtract the y coordinates and you subtract the x coordinates and you come up with an answer. So let's look at the memo and I'll sort of explain it as we go through here. What are the gradients there? Okay, so you can, doesn't matter which one you start with as long as you're consistent. So we can go 3 minus 1 like this, and then minus 2 minus 3. That gives you positive 2 over negative 5, which is negative 2/5. Well, there you go. That's the gradient there. Let's try this gradient here, the gradient AD. Well, we have the change in y is 3 minus minus 2. That's 3 plus 2. And minus 2 plus 4. Well, that's going to give you 5 over 2. Minus 2 plus 4 is 2. 5 over 2. Well, that's it. Now, the next question they ask is, why are AB and AD perpendicular? Why are AB and AD perpendicular? Remember, let's go back here. Oh, because look at those gradients. If you multiply them together, they equal negative 1. And if two gradients multiply to equal negative 1, they must be perpendicular. The next question says, find the length of AD. So all you do is get that distance formula going. And AD squared is equal to, we've got the change in x already. It's just Pythagoras is all you're doing. It's like there's a triangle here. And you go minus 2 minus 4 gives you the bottom part of the triangle here. Minus 2 plus 4 squared, and then you go subtract the y coordinates. 3 minus minus 2 is 3 plus 2, and that gives you 5 squared. Well, 4 squared and 5 squared is 29, so AD squared is 29. If we square root that number, that's the distance AD. But just, in these kind of questions, it's better to leave it as a surd. Let's look at the next question. The midpoint of BC. All we have to do to find the midpoint is add up the x coordinates and divide by 2. And add up the y coordinates and divide by 2. So let's see what we got here. That's 3 plus 5 over 2. 8 over 2, that's 4. So 4 along. And it looks like the middle is somewhere negative. And so we go 1 plus negative 6. That's negative 5 over 2. So minus 2.5. That's the y-coordinate of the midpoint of BC. Just add and divide by 2 and you get the middle. And then how would you determine if AB is parallel to DC? AB is parallel. Well, what I'd have to do is look at their gradients. And if their gradients were the same, then they'd be equal. Well, there's that question all done there. 3.1 all done.